Hello, everyone, and welcome to Integrations that Power High-Performing Marketing Teams. If you are here for Econ 101, you've joined the wrong Zoom meeting, and your professor will probably not be happy with you, but I'm glad you're here anyways. So to start us off, we'll cover the legal slide. If you've been attending sessions with us before, I'm sure you've seen this, but I'll give you a moment to look it through. And I will say that this session may contain forward-looking statements, and trademarks in this presentation are not endorsements. Okay, so an introduction of me, who I am, and what we're going to talk about today. So my name is Steve Gazaski, I'm the Senior Product Manager here at Smartsheet. And a little bit of a special fact about me, because I want you all to feel a bit of a connection as we go through this journey together. I am recently engaged, and a lot of people told me I probably missed an opportunity to make an engaged joke or to actually do it while we're here. I feel like I'm not a dad yet, so I don't need to start that level of corny joke quite this moment, but it is an interesting potential opportunity. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to start by learning a bit about 10,000 feet and how that empowers high-performing marketing teams to really get more done. Also, we'll talk a bit about how Smartsheet empowers you to do more with proofing. So as a marketing organization, how can you leverage some of these features to really make your teams go that extra mile? So a bit about our agenda. We'll start with an introduction. What types of problems are marketers facing? What does the systems landscape really look like? We'll move on and we'll talk a bit about our solution. So what types of capabilities are we enabling for you as marketers? And then how does that manifest as a solution in Smartsheet? Then I'll actually walk through a demo in our tool, and I'll show you things like 10,000 feet, things like proofing, as well as how you can actually accomplish this work in the tool. And then we'll close out with some additional resources that may be helpful for you. So, marketing organizations are under pressure like never before. Many still exist within silos, despite the massive amount of technology put in front of them to ease those burdens. They have no holistic view of what's going on in their organization, the cost or effort involved, as well as how to create that content necessary to provide value to the business. The marketing technology landscape is scary. It's convoluted. How can anyone expect to be effective in the way that they work with so many possible ways to accomplish that work? Enter Smartsheet. Smartsheet offers marketing solutions to simplify your chaotic world. Today, I'm going to show you a Smartsheet solution for marketers that enables the following key capabilities. In demand management and capacity planning, you'll be able to easily intake, enrich, assign, and action requests in one simple solution. For content collaboration and task management, see how your teams can interact with assigned work items the way they want, and empower teams to centralize their work and break down silos. And under integrations and reporting, how does this information roll up to different levels of the business so they can understand what's happening without the pesky desk drive-by or waiting on someone to remember to answer that email? So I'm going to jump straight into our demo. Give me for a second while I get my screen set up. There we go. So we'll start off by talking about a marketing leader. So within an organization, it's often very difficult for a marketing leader to understand what's happening. With Smartsheet and Smartsheet's marketing solutions, we provide an easy central location for marketing leaders to understand what's going on with their business. Here we're looking at a dashboard. Down the left-hand side, we can see different navigation elements to see new requests, active requests or completed ones, maybe to dig into 10,000 feet and do some capacity planning and resource management, as well as an additional place to go see some help information related to the solution. From this dashboard view, marketing leaders can see information like the number of requests that their different teams are handling, the different types of requests, which department is requesting the most work of them, as well as see the actual requests themselves and dig into additional information. Now, let's tell a story really quickly. So I'm a marketing executive, and I'm looking at the work that my team is doing. And I actually want to dig in a bit more to understand allocation and what's happening with my team, both from a utilization standpoint or also budget. How is my team tracking to their different projects? So I can go to 10,000 feet. Forgive me one moment. And I can see this awesome view of my organization and how they're being used across the business. Right now, we're looking at an allocation heat map. So if I'm trying to make a decision about, should we acquire more headcount next year? Should we shift work around? This is a great way for me to do that. I can also click on the left-hand side here and see things like assignment details. If I want to look at the actual work that someone like Brooklyn or Aviv is up to, I can dig straight into that 10,000 feet. Now, one of the coolest elements of this tool is the analytics page. So perhaps I'm trying to justify adding an additional headcount, or I'm looking at our overall budget for the year. When I come to the analytics page, I can see in the top that there's a bit of a warning sign for me. There's a couple projects here that have red indicators that tell me we're over budget. So I'm concerned about my budget for the whole year. So I'll scroll down and I'll go to my budget report. And from this view, I can switch the time frame to the full year, give it a second to spin up there. And I can look and understand that of our $5.5 million budget, we're actually only forecasting another $120,000 of work or so for the year. So those over budget projects could take some of our funds and reallocate them. I could shift work around to make sure that we're not going to continue to go over budget in those areas. And excuse me. So I can ensure that we don't go over budget on those specific projects. So jumping back into Smartsheet, let's follow a piece of content from the very beginning through submission, into intake, and all the way out the end from collaboration and task management itself. So I'll start from our marketing request dashboard. As a business stakeholder, I may need to request work of the marketing team. Smartsheet allows me to do that in one central place. From this dashboard, I can see the different types of marketing requests that are available to me, as well as the requests that I've already submitted. No more black hole of a request going into an organization and having no idea if it's being worked on or not. So when I click on the creative request form, a convenient Smartsheet web form appears for me, where I can fill out things like the request name, the description, the type of request, something like the due date or my business approver, and even include additional attachments like a more detailed creative brief or assets that I want to have included. Once I submit that request, it appears in my creative request tracker. So now my marketing team can start picking these things up and working through the demand management process. So for this case, we saw a new request at the top that is looking for new artboards. So as the marketing manager, I can look at this request and I can do it in grid view like I'm in right now. Perhaps I want to swap to a card view instead and work in this way. It's really up to me. For now, I'm going to stay in the grid view. And I'm going to see that, okay, I know I need new artboards. I know it's an image. And so I need a designer to work on this. So who's available for me to assign to this work? If I go to the right rail here, I see the 10,000 foot panel button. And when I click on this, I can see an overview of my team and their current allocations. As I scroll through here, I see that Aviv, Jose, and Austin are my designers. And Jose looks really busy in this window of time. So he's probably not a good choice for this project. I can see Aviv looks like he has availability. In order to confirm that, I can click on Aviv's name, be taken straight into 10,000 feet, and see the actual work items that he has in front of him. Now, when I was looking at that request, there was a requested due date of the 30th. And luckily, Aviv has that time available. So I'll go back to my request tracker. I can assign Aviv, say that he's fully allocated to this work in that time, and I can save that work. Now this request has been saved. I'll switch the status to assign. And Aviv will receive a notification that he's been assigned a new piece of work. So let's swap to that persona. So As Aviv comes in and receives his work item, he can see that maybe I have a new business cards work item here, and I want to actually go ahead and start actioning this. So in this case, I open up the card, I've used some additional details about it, and I've decided that I have to create a business card background image. So I've done that in my creative tool of choice, and now I want to set up a proof to have that work reviewed by my team. So I right-click on the card and I come to proofs. I can upload a file from my desktop. And I can send this out to my team for review. My team can come back in and annotate on this if they'd like. Perhaps they say, let's make this background blue. And as I go through and I start doing that work outside of Smartsheet, I can come and add an additional proof. So I'll say create new version. I'll upload my new blue light bulb proof. And I can repeat that process. Now, once this is done, I can finalize the proof. And my team can go ahead and run with this for their new business cards. So as we were mentioning, or as we started the conversation, from this executive view or this marketing leader view, all of this work that's happening as people are doing proofs, as they're completing requests, as they're being triaged, it's all rolling up to this top level for them to view. So as we swap back and finish off with a few frequently asked questions. So the first one, are these capabilities available today? Yes, they are. I'd encourage you to reach out to your account team to request more information. Are these solutions available with all license types? They are available for business plan or above. If you have questions about your account plan, again, please reach out to your account team and they would be more than happy to help. And then the last question, how do I learn more? It's a great segue into our last slide, which is contact our team. Reach out to sales@smartsheet.com or your named account rep if you know who that individual is. In order to learn more about this, we also encourage you to attend an Engage Brain Boost. If you want to dig into more activity related to 10,000 feet, it's a great opportunity to do that. I also encourage you to join our marketing community and share information with other like-minded individuals. There's no better teacher than a peer. And stick around for more sessions in the marketing track. Thank you all for the time today. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to hearing more from you soon.